Hello, this is Graham Bibby here. It's the 29th of June 2014 and I'm about to give you a weekly global market roundup. We'll start with the NASDAQ because the US market is the one that seems to control and influence everyone, and this is the NASDAQ. You see my arrow up on the left of the screen, and this is the market action since here where the arrow is now, which is the beginning of the year. So you can see it's not been really an easy year for trends, as this was the start of an uptrend, which then reversed and became a downtrend in January, and then we had one-way traffic here into what could have been seen as an uptrend, and then we've had all the reversal back down again in April, and then we had some sideways choppy movement, and then towards the end of May we started to break out and move to the upside, which is why our Insiders Club's been virtually fully invested during that period after having a lot of cash for the beginning of the year, and we seem to be in a nice uptrend with a bottom being formed here, a bottom being formed here, and that would be the most recent bottom there. So we are getting what's called higher bottoms, and this top has been preceded by a higher top, then a higher top, then a higher top. So that means the trend is upwards. The world index, similar pattern. This is the beginning of the year, downward movement, up, downward movement, sideways breakout, moving upwards. The Dow Jones Industrials, which is the top 30 of the US stocks, this is where we were at the beginning of the year, significant downtrend, then reversal to the upside, can't go any higher. Bit of a downside in March, up again, downside again in April. So this is a lot of volatility sideways, and then we broke out, and we need to see some upward momentum now. Normally on a breakout you get a significant upward movement. In Asia, I think it's still quite interesting because basically we've had this sideways pattern here, big pattern. If you get this rising, it signifies that eventually there's going to be a breakout to the upside, which we've had. Now I'd like to see some increased strength. We will be sending you a video later on this week. This is the Thai stock market, and around about here was when I was on, the arrow is now, I was on CNBC and Bloomberg TV saying, you know, with all the problems going on in Thailand, the market doesn't want to fall anymore. It looks like it's reversing. That was confirmed here. And the market and this ETF has moved from 65 to 77, which is about a 20% rise, and it still looks quite positive. The reason for that being, and the logic and the psychology and technicals behind it, is from the middle of May to the end of December, this market had corrected from over 95 to 60, 33% decline. Most of the weak holders of stock had got out, and then we saw buyers buying in here for the long term. So this is quite a positive trend. Still see it going higher. And then just the last thing to put in here, the dollar. I mentioned before that's in a range between 79 and 81. When hey presto, it rose from 79, got to 81, and it's come off again, it's 80. So this is just moving sideways. So right now, overall, you know, I'm still okay with the markets. We had a few sells in some stocks. I've got some new buys, actually 4 new buys on stocks. For a fund optimization service for the Insiders Club, I got 4 new fund buys, which look very, very good. And I'm still hopeful and looking forward to a nice end to the year. I think June's been a very good month for us. I'm not sure if it'll end up being one of our best months, but certainly up there. And I look to be adding to that progress as the year goes on. For me now, Graham Bibby signing off, and I'll have more information as it becomes available and anything interesting during this upcoming week. Have an amazing week ahead.